as weird as this looks, this is my little clamp setup. This is an 1 3/4 bar, and it's serving as a weight to hold this down. You see how I let off, it kind of picks up just a little bit. That's because I got this top clamp clamped on there, and the back side of that edge is beveled a little bit, so that's why it's trying to kick up at an angle. And one of the things that I did was I came in there with a couple cant twists to hold it down like this, but what it does, it actually pulls it down in there, so it's not in a relaxed state. So if I was to clamp this down, transfer punch the holes and drill it, actually, I'm afraid it wouldn't line up, because as soon as I let off the clamps, I could see this kind of spring out just a little bit. So I want it in a relaxed state to where it's at. So we got it right where it needs to be. So I've got that one clamp. There's just enough room up here at the top that we can clamp the very top up there. There's not enough room down here that I just can't reach it. Once I get in there with this, it won't reach it there. So this was my best bet. I'm just gonna transfer it like it is, double checking that we got our 1.5 inches center to center, which we do. And then we're gonna set this back down in there to just keep it weighted. All right, now I've got my transfer punch that fits the holes perfectly. It's just going to center it up. There's not enough drilled hole through there for it to keep it perfectly in line. You hear it snap down in there. All right, so that's got our 4 locations where we need it. You might be able to hear the blower outside. Anytime I want to film, that's when the guys show up to mow the lawn and use their blowers and weed eaters. So I can see my punch marks, and what I'll do is go in there with another center punch and go ahead and open those up just a little bit more. Let's move that. We'll need that falling off. All right. That helps me locate them once they're in the mill. So here's my setup with the cast pieces. We got 2 parallels in there, and these are some tall ones just to clear the cast, the housing down here on the bottom. We got 2, the right height style clamps holding it down, and I'm going to find very close to the punch mark using my center right there. But then once I get close, what we're going to do is take that out, and I'm going to use my Blake coax with the center locating tip in there. We're going to use this to actually indicate that punch mark, and then this will get us right there on it where it needs to be. Just making very small adjustments on the mill handles here, and I think that's going to be close enough right there. I usually try to get it within a thousandths on a punch mark. You don't really need to be that close, but that's how we're going to do them right there. So that is a number 10 by 24 tap that we're using to tap the hole. That's a gun tap, so we're going to through tap. It's also, I've got a little bit of anchor lube on the threads. I found that it actually benefits me whenever I've got some kind of lube on the tap when I'm tapping cast iron, because I've had problems with the cast iron tearing and breaking out of there whenever I'm tapping it dry. I found that the anchor lube works really well for this stuff right here, you know, anytime you're doing cast iron. Just have a little bit of cleanup there at the end. All right. All right, those look like they're going to fit just fine. All right, I think what I'm going to do, since there's not really much of an offset on the other side, I'm just going to go ahead and complete one at a time. So we will just flip them over and do the other two holes. Guess I'll just take those off like that. I think it'll sit flat on this side here. And what do you know, it still won't sit up on that. I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to have to shim it up a little bit more, maybe with some more parallels. See, it's still hitting the casting there on the table. There's a couple shop-made parallels right here. Let's see if these will work. Nope. There it goes. Just got to drop it in one of that T-slot right there. All right. I think that'll work there. It's going to change my height a little bit. Our last hole on the first one here. I just wanted to show, the completion of the machining for one of them here, and I'm going to go ahead and blast through the next three so I can kind of jam my music, because YouTube doesn't like you playing your music in the background. And once I get the other three done and they're all machined, I'll bring you back and show you the all the finished machining. Okay. We're all done with the floor drains, and they all lined up good. I've test fit them. I've only got 3 of the screws. That's all that was brought to me with the sample. There was just 3 of the screws, and so I've got those 3 screwed in there. So it uses those are those tamper-proof screws. It uses a number 10 tip here, and it's got the 2 little tips that go into the drilled holes in the head of the screw. Just like so. But they all fit, it all lines up, so they should be, they can put any one of those on any one of these castings and they should line up pretty good there. And this is the one that came in, and I don't know if this is how they're drilled at the factory, but they're drilled way oversized and the countersink doesn't look that good, or I don't know if this was done out there at the construction site. I really don't know. And then this trim piece goes over it like this right here and gets bolted in. And then They said that these actually get cast into the concrete. They go into the concrete and get cast in. So floor drains for water. The exact application of where they go and how they're actually used, I don't know. I just know that they're floor drains for water, and they're going into a brand new building here for the county. And they needed these 4 because they were unfinished, and this coming Tuesday they wanted to get them installed. So they do have more of these on order. As we mentioned before, some of the guys on Instagram and Facebook, showed links where you can buy these things. This is a industrial, commercially available item, so that wasn't the issue. It's just they wanted these 4 right now so that they could put them in and use them, and that's all they asked for. So we give them what they wanted, and that's it. Job's done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and I'm ready to move on to the next project. I got a couple more in line, so we'll see you on the next video. Okay, see you later.